Hello lovely learners, welcome back to ALifeLearned. Just another quick silly story time for you guys. I wanted to share a time back in elementary school when I had a principal who was, I'd say, pretty darn cool. He interacted with us a lot and was even kind enough to drive my sister and I home when we had lice when we were younger, so he was a really cool guy. Mr. Brown. I missed him when he left. But anyways, funny story was that one time they decided to offer defense classes. I don't think we paid for them. It was just like, do you want them or do you not? Just to teach kids how to get away from someone who might be trying to kidnap them. And I'm pretty young. Like I think it was grade 2 or 3. No, maybe even grade 1. I don't know. It was pretty young was the point. I wasn't very tall. I was like, average man being 6 foot. I maybe reached like their nipple at most, so I was hardly 5 foot at the time. I went for one of these defense classes, and then as I was coming back, because they basically took you out of class in order to do it, as I was returning with the other students to class, I was walking up a set of stairs that was like basically one set platform and then another set in the opposite direction, and he was coming down as I was going up, and so we met in the platform in the middle, and he just gently, but he took me, took my shoulders, went behind me, grabbed me by the mouth, and put his arm around me and said, "Becca, I'm a bad guy. What do you do?" So I did my training. I bit his finger, and then I took my, I had platform sandals on at the time, so I kicked my sandal into the back of his shin, grinded it down, and then stomped on his foot. And all quite literal, like as if he was an actual person trying to take me. And he just sort of grabbed his foot and started hopping up and down. At least that's what my memory says. It was a long time ago. Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but he most certainly grabbed his foot and was just like, "Oh, good job. Oh, good job. Yep, good job." And so I sort of feel he called it on, and like he said, I did a good job. I did what he was expecting. But it was just kind of a funny, silly opportunity or situation where I found myself deliberately hurting a superior authority to me, teacher, principal, actually. And usually you don't find yourself in those situations with the person telling you that it was a good job. So it was quite a unique and funny experience. And thus I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you got a good laugh. If you guys have any funny, silly, or just fun stories that happened to you between you and maybe your principal or teachers or anything in elementary that you might want to share that was a fun story, please feel free to comment that below. And as always, join me again next week where I try again to share a little something I've learned in life.